How we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. That's the first one. And our second company is BlackSeriesEdition.com. Let's talk about most outside demonstrations on YouTube, and I think a few other places too also. Let me go back over here. I'm over here setting up my business cards for here today too. I'm over here setting up my business cards. Just designed the business cards last night. You know, I got to have something where if I'm walking around and I'm showing off our technology, I need to have something where I can have our business cards and stuff like that connected to it. So I got those made last night. They're done. I just have to wait for them to be shipped out, which will probably be like the end of the month. I'll have them. But anyway, let's talk about the ability to back things up, because again, I see this a lot on YouTube where people will make statements about things and they just don't seem to have the capability to back these things up, and you have to be to back it up. Now, I've said on camera multiple times that we do have the most outdoor demonstrations outside, and yes, we do. So I went on to the Crystal Edge page, loaded up a video grid, which has a ton of demonstrations from inflatable screens, motorized screens, 180s, 150s, dual 150 inches. We did a couple of those. Anything from 720p projectors to 1080p projectors to 1,000 lumens. I want to put 1,000 lumens on there, so I'm going to check those too. Then I did a couple 1,000 lumens. So this right here is the grid that has all video demonstrations dating from 8s all the way to 7s, from 12s. They're here. They're actually on this display page, this giant display page. I don't like the way this black's out like this. I'm going to have to go in and change the options for that. And this has everything from our 150-inch screens, dual 150-inch screens, outside demonstrations. I had a couple of demonstrations I actually did in the rain. I got a track down on here. And like I said, motorized projection screens, inflatable screens. When we state that we have done more demonstrations than any other screen paint on the market on YouTube of more displays on more screens, we got it there. Not only that, I have over 1,000 pictures in the slideshow showing the product on just about every level you can think of. Even on a Casio laser projector, we did that demonstration too. And then here we have the giant 250s, massive giant 250s that we put in over here. So yeah, a lot of demonstrations backing our products up. So when customers come in and they say, hey, look, do you guys have any outdoor experience? Boom, we got it there on everything you could possibly think of. Let's see, we got our slideshows here. Also, as I said before, the Crystal Edge page is for our silver and dark gray gunmetal products. We do have a new Crystal Edge technology screen silver product coming out. I'm not going to say much about it, but it's going to be a pretty fantastic product. We're bringing it out soon. We're going to be doing also another page on most ambient light projection demonstrations, which we also have that title also too, because again, as I said before, we don't find people that can match our demonstrations. So we'll be putting another massive video grid. That's going to be a lot of work. That's a lot of videos. We do a lot of videos with fully lit environments. And then we do another grid with dark demonstrations, which we've done a ton of those in a dedicated theater room on why our products are better. So you'll get a chance. That's where we're going to turn the Crystal Edge page. It's a huge, massive testimony page. It has a ton of customers sitting on top of it and all sorts of demonstrations. So that's what we're turning it into. Also with the new silver and gunmetal products that we're developing. These are all our customers right here. Customer video demonstrations. We're gonna have more, sorry about that, we're gonna have more here on top of that. And this is where you can be redirected to the black site, because we had a few people contact us and say, hey, we went on here to buy paint. We couldn't find any black screen paint. It's all silver and gunmetal over there. We went to black technology. This is where you can go. There's a link right there. I got expanded so it actually fits a little nicer. Yesterday, I went into Vistaprint, got business cards made. I got plastic cards. These things are freaking sick. So I got plastic cards with the high rise that comes up off of it. So they'll be here in a month. We'll get a chance to show those off, and the labels will be showing off the official labels near the end of the month, and we'll be showing off our copyright stamps. So you'll be able to see all that good stuff. All right, let me see. Anything else we gotta discuss while I'm in here before I start getting some things started? We got also I'm going to be doing some traveling. So this is business traveling where I am going to be going to different sites where our products are going to be used at, and I don't think I should have a problem with getting those recordings onto onto the uh YouTube without basically I have to probably have private that's consent for some people, but I think people are doing business, so I'm not going to have that problem. So what I mean by as in traveling, I will be leaving the country. I have contracts coming up for Dubai, England, and maybe Australia. Australia, I'm not sure on that yet. Even though I said we're not doing business overseas for 1 year, that is for customers. Sorry about that, but yeah, business contracts are a little bit different, much different. So that's something a little different. Still got to have the paperwork. All that still has to be there. Still, because I have to still go through customs either way. But it's a little bit more easier to do it that way. And then maybe they can distribute it within their own country with our products. That would make things a lot easier for us. Because we won't have to deal with customs, and they don't have to deal with customs because they'll be selling within their own product, within their own country, which will make it much easier for us. So these are different ways we're thinking of expanding the business without it killing us in the process. It's a lot of work involved. So for those who've asked about weatherproof, yeah, we have screens we did. Oh, what's up, people? Screens we did in the outside in the wintertime. There's the giant grid. These are our demonstrations right there. We're doing this live, so basically we have a live version of this. Just recorded, just in case if we have any problems. As I said before, if you're going to be introducing a product, you have to show that this product works. This is going to be interesting because I've seen a couple of the sites over here. One of the guys I was showing the demonstration to, they have outer boxes for their projectors. So they want to display this black technology, and they want to put these fireplaces up for Christmas time. I had to come out here yesterday, a little later on in the nighttime. And once I prayed on it, once of a chance lifetime, and I'll tell you why, because I don't know what the weather's going to be tomorrow. We have rain. Yeah, snowstorm, and move a snowstorm. The weather's quite warm right now. It's not too cold. It's cold doing this demonstration. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. LG snowboarding. That's why we said at the end of the day, our demonstrations are unmatched. People don't do the same demonstrations we do. We're in a whole nother world when we do demonstrations. Demonstration outdoor projection screen motorized. Hey, how we doing out there? First things first, I got a lot of leaves in my backyard, man. So things first, how we doing out there? My name is Ken Bird. I'm the creator of Illuminous 4K screen paint using ambient light projection technology gain times 8. We're out here at around time here. Just at 4:54. 4:54 outside doing demonstrations on a painted $68 motorized projection screen. This is the stand that I built to accommodate my 92-inch 16:9 motorized screen. Oh, just blink out for a minute. Inflatable screens. Take out the Wi-Fi. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Inch Technology Screens. We're outside on the inflated projection screen. So to make this clear, we are not selling projection inflatable screens. I've seen the demonstrations on inflatable screens. Again, black technology is where it's at. You have to accept it because you can't see contrast. You can't pull it. A gray screen can't pull it. Even though we do sell these products on our website, we do put those massive disclaimers in there telling you that you're not going to be able to do the same thing as a black screen. It's never going to happen. You just can't pick up that contrast level. It won't lift. Right now, I'm in a couple of projects for doing visual backgrounds for bands, and they don't use gray screens because the problem they have with the gray screen is the fact that it can't pick up the black background visual effect. It doesn't pop off the screen, so they're looking for darker solutions to get that visual effect to pull through, and this is where we come in. All the other companies they're looking at, they're too expensive. So right now we're already showing an effect already by people seeing that our technology is much more affordable, It's super jet black. It allows the customers to get that visual dark effect that they need for concerts and for movies and whatever kind of display. And we're already right down the process. We're beating out other companies. I just got somebody who came in and said they checked out what's it called? We just did the paint on screens. We want a physical black screen. Paint on screens is like a physical black screen. We had somebody talk about Goo Screen. They bought our product over Goo Screen because we have a physical black screen. The black technology is the future. I'm sitting there saying that for 4 years on end, that is the future. And any people who deny it are people that are stuck in the past. This is why you don't see demonstrations like this. They don't display demonstrations like this because they can't. Screen won't pull. Now this is what we're going to be setting up in the park. But the one we're going to set up in the park is going to be bigger than this. It's going to be huge. And it's going to have our company logo, boom, pop up in the front. And you're going to see that black screen, which, again, they're not used to seeing. So what we're going to do is, up here, we're going to set up some retro pies. People love the old games. They love the old games. We're going to do some retro pie setups up here. And we're going to have some competition. People can win prizes, stuff like that. And on top of that, our logo pops up first. It always pops up first with the information, who the product, and so on and so on. So, hey, I might get a chance to do a nice little short commercial in there. So, yeah, that's going to be nice. Real nice. Oh, Mr. Bird looks different on camera now. Mr. Bird has a very nice, expensive clothes on when I went shopping. Yes. And, man, it didn't take much. I mean, I lost some weight when I was in there, so that's good. I got it down to my 180 bench, 8-inch frame where I'm supposed to be at. So now I'm going back to the gym, and they have a Taekwondo training facility over here that I will be proceeding to finish to get the rest of my rank. Because I'm definitely, that's the first thing I asked about. Is there any freaking academies around here? There's actually a couple of them, but I'm looking for a personal trainer. I had a personal trainer when I started, and I plan to have one when I end. All right. And then I can start doing some traveling. I do plan to hit California very soon. Very, very soon. I have business contacts down in Associates, and we have business to discuss in California. So we'll be there shortly. Okay, let me see. I forgot about half of this stuff we did. Can you stay away from my stand, please? Thank you. I just never watched the kids run in the background. I never noticed that. There we go, right there. 1, 2. I'm going to ask you one more time. Get away from my stand, my cat. I'm infatuated with the stand. Wonderful. So out of any screen paint on the market, we had the most demonstrations right here. And again, if we were to put a challenge on all these demonstrations for anyone to match and better them, they would never be done. They can't do it. Let's go over to, oh, I like this one right here. This is a nice one. Outside motorized projection screen. We get these all the time.
Okay, how are we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Screen Paint using Ambulance Projection. Launching 8 times 5, 7, and 8. I'm going to try not to cough as much as I possibly can. I just caught a summer cold, so it's been brutal the last couple of days. But
you want something interesting? Thought it was a summer cold. I got mold poisoning in the house. As a matter of fact, I go to court. I'm not going to tell you when, but I'm going to court pretty soon for that little incident. We're going to clean up pretty big on that one. So anyway, yeah, I thought that was a cold the entire time. That was mold poisoning. When I was in the house, I was coughing because my lungs were poisoned. That's how I got sick. This particular house right here had mold in it. It almost killed me. So yeah, we're going to see about that one in court soon.
I'm kind of pushing through it. So this is my motorized.
So I'm thinking it's a cold the entire time. It wasn't. It was lung disease from the mold in the house I breathed in. About 2 years of black mold. So Mr. Bird's about to become extremely rich pretty soon. I've got a big grin on my face. I am so happy. It's going to be a very good year.
I'm using my
Well, not from this, but from this too.
projector.
I take that money, push it right back into my business.
Again, like I said, it's 10 feet.
This will allow me to get my chain of stores.
10 feet. The stoop is about 3 from here. So about right here, probably about a good stoop back to 15 or 16 feet. So I'm going to set up
the only problem with the motorized screens is the fact that when wind hits them, the screen goes into a ripple effect. That's the only problem. You have to have something to weigh it down. Thank goodness when I was doing the demonstration, no wind. So I get this all the time. Can you paint motorized projection screens? Yeah, we've done it too many times to count. That was a $68 screen that I purchased off of eBay. Yeah. Let's go over here. Let's go to the dual screens. I haven't done dual screens in a while. Yeah, dual 16:9 screens. Here, play this video right here. These are my 150-inch duals.
There, first things first. It's kind of burnt. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're doing the setup.
Dual 150 inches. I think it's the 180 on here too. Yeah. So all these are in the grid. We got a bunch of videos in here on the grid. I forget what else we got on this one. It's outside. That's another dual 150. Oh, this is the gaming one on the deck. This was a nice one too, Don. That's when I had the LED lights wrapped around it. That thing was sick.
Outside all of my custom builds.
So this comes in handy. Instead of just going through after video, I can just go in and pull up an entire grid of videos. 150 inch. Another one. So for those of you that are looking for doing outside demonstrations, as I said before, our company has the most demonstrations on YouTube and just about any place else. I've already done the research. Other companies, I literally have to go out of YouTube. Even on a website, I have to go out of YouTube to look at demonstrations, and they don't have anywhere near as many as we do. And for these screen paint products out there, they don't have them at all, period. They don't even do any contrast demonstrations at that. So I wouldn't even dare paint my screen with a gray screen. I wouldn't do it with I wouldn't keep a white screen out there. That's why the black technology is more advanced. That's why we have all these demonstrations backing why our products are the best. This is why we can make these statements. What do we have going on here? Let me see. Oh, this is the difference between a white screen and someone just came in and was talking about our test demonstration page. They're like, good gracious, yeah, our test demonstration page is massive. So that's why I said when you got people out there that are making false statements on products, our products are the most tested. On any screen paint on the market, we have the most test demonstrations of anyone. So how could our products have such a look that way at the end of the day if we have the most tests than anybody else? No one puts the effort in like we do. Yeah, it just comes down to the jealousy. That's all we see it as. And it's interesting because customers, people we've been doing business, also see it the same way. Mind you, these people have our products. So, yeah, it's a desperate attempt, but it's a failed attempt. And question on that one, which one do you have? You do know the Black Series edition. There's several of them in the edition. So which edition do you have? And the reason why we say that because the person made a video claiming he had the product. We don't have any receipts, no orders, no bad. It's nothing there at all, period. It's just same dumb nonsense they usually do. So which one do you have? Do you have a Fusion? Do you have a Complete Cinema? Do you got the limited edition? Which one? There's 3 of them that we have available. Do you have the Outside Theater? Outside theaters, we don't use them inside. We use them only for outside. So which one do you have? Doesn't have any of them at all, period. It's people doing fake demonstrations. That's why you got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about when you read through people's specifications. Are their specifications saying what the product can do? If they're saying it does a light gray screen paint, minimum lumen count is 22, that's pretty bad. You should be to kick it at 1,000 easily because it's a light gray product. That's a problem at 22. So that means at 22, you skipped a whole entire array of projectors. You skipped everything from ranging from 1,200 lumens, 1,400 lumens, 1,500 lumens, 26. You missed all that. 16, 18, you missed all that. Most Pico projectors or smaller projectors are in that range. So you eliminate that entire line completely. So I don't know how that's even possible. Network grade 773 can pick up on 1,000 lumens easy with no problem. So you got a product out there and your minimum lumen count is 22 and a house paint can pick up at 1,000. Yeah, I'd probably just go with the house paint. They didn't think about that, did they, when they made this statement? Yeah. Network grade 773, slip silver, all those other bullseye, they pick up at 1,000 lumens. So if you have a product that can't pick up at 1,000 and it's rated at 22, there's something wrong with your product. Or you don't know what you're talking about. It comes down to that too also. There's not what they're talking about. We've had network grade here so many times, it's not even funny. Yeah, it picks up at, matter of fact, it picks up even, you can pick up at 250 on them. And you're not going to get contrast. Color is going to be washed on it, but it still picks up. It still picks up. You got it in the dark, guess what? It's going to pick up. Got it with the lights on, it's not going to work well. It's going to watch out. That's the problem you're going to have. That's what you're going to be dealing with. But lights out, yeah, a high-end projector, do the exact same thing. You'll pick up at 1,000 lumens. And if someone has a product out there and they can't pick up at 1,000 and they're hitting at 22, that is a huge major red flag that either something's wrong with the product or they don't know what they're talking about. And they really considered a 2,200 lumen to be a low lumen projector when it's not. I've seen people post 3,500 lumens is considered to be a high. No, it's not. 3,500 lumens is not. A PX747 ViewSonic is 3,500 lumens. My 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector comes in at 38. And it's an SVGA projector at 600 by 800 res. So no, they don't know what they're talking about. Now 4,000 lumens is not even considered to be high power because you got projectors out there who literally have 4,000 lumens. When you start hitting 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then you're talking about high-end lumen projectors, but not that. Making claims that the product works on venues. No, you don't have enough experience with venue projectors. How many venue projectors have you owned? How many have you used? How many have you done in demonstrations? Not a lot. The only thing I see is the same ultra short throw projector every single time in every demonstration. So no, nothing there. Products work outside. How many demonstrations do you have outside on different calibers of projectors? 2. Actually, sorry, 1. 1, that's all I've seen with 1. That's it. None at all. Not enough to count an outside screen paint. Is it weatherproof? Do you have any demonstrations of the product all year round outside? I've been on that property 4 years. I had screens sitting out there for 3 years. Nope, you don't have that either. There's going to be issues. This is one of the demonstrations we did with a gray screen and white screen and our black technology in the middle. That is a, I think that's an 8. Pretty sure it's an 8. That's why we tell you, been telling you, black screens are the best way to go for outdoor use. Now, the new technology we got under the Black series can be coated on inflatable screens. At first, when we started developing outdoor technology, you couldn't coat it on an inflatable screen because it had issues. Now you can. You can convert an inflatable screen to a black screen. And you can see the advantage point. Big advantage point, isn't it? So those of you out there with white projection screens, really think you're picking up an image? You are not picking up jack. And if you think, most people, what they do is they're going to be outside, they automatically lean toward a much higher lumen projector, thinking this is going to fix the problem. Again, you're washing out your screen. It's not working. This is why our product looks like that. And a gray screen comes off like this, and a white screen comes off like that. Most demonstrations outside. Here we go. Look at this one right here. How many videos on the reel? There's about 70 on here. We got to see right now. That's not even scratching it yet. We haven't. I got to get more because right now I had to build my business cards on this side, getting that ready, and then I had to tweak some stuff on the website. I'm going to drop off orders for customers and then get ready tomorrow to get ready to set up again. So I didn't have time to basically get all the videos on here, but I'll finish it off today. So see right there, this is what happens when you use a white screen outside in the daytime hours. This is what it looks like on black technology. So you notice that the PS4 dashboard, you can't see it on the white screen. Even if your projector is 5,000 lumens, which our projector is 5,000 lumens in the demonstration. That's the advantage point of our technology. Now, again, and I can't express this enough, if our products came out that dark, there is no way in the world you'd be to pick that up outside. Do you have any idea how much ambient light generates outside? It is a ton. So it'd be virtually impossible. And a dark, dim apartment that the lights are barely on in place, our product is supposed to come up that dark. But outside, our images can pull up so bright that they can overpower white screens. Of course, we've seen those in demonstrations. We call those the white versus white demonstrations. We have a demonstration screen that generates a high enough white level. Yeah. So how many people can say that right now? Most video demonstrations outside. And back it up. We're going to do another one on multi light projection demonstrations. Get ready. That's going to be a big grid. That's going to be a very big grid. We have one already on the Black Series. Oh, here's the challenge. This was never done. So this is a challenge we put out for everybody. This was done in 2019. It's called the 1100 Lumen Challenge. And it was to see if any screen paint could take on our products. It still stands unmatched. This is the 1100 Lumen Challenge. Never beat, ever. And still to this day, you can Google it. Look at the bottom, nobody's there. They couldn't do the demonstration. Oh, we got to put our challenge page up. We're going to put a page on all the challenges we put out for people, all just loaded onto the page. So there it stands. That's the 1100 Lumen Challenge. Ever beat it. We not only did we challenge screen paints, we challenged Diamond, DM Supernova, Elite Screens. We called everybody out. Beat our demonstration. 2019. No one's been able to beat it yet. This is why we are taking on the name Unstoppable, because that's what we consider ourselves to be. Look at this. Another demonstration outside. So what time of the day it is? How many screens you see operating that time of the day with no problem? And mind you, projectors we're using in the demonstrations are under 5. I see people who have these venue setups for these projectors for outside displays, and they're spending like anywhere from $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 for a projector. Man, 20,000 lumens for what? That's a 5,000 lumen projector. So matter it's a Sony? Oh, less than that. It's a 4,000 lumen projector, and I paid $300 for that projector. That's a Sony VPO FH3030? Yeah, that's it. Very easy to do a setup with our technology. Now, if you did that with a gray or white screen, wash out. You're not even going to see it's not going to come up. Did he put a commercial in the middle of my whatchamacallit? Oh, it's the 180 coming through. Let me see what we got going on in here. All right, let's see if there's an adapter in the back. I have a problem with one of my adapters for acting up. See what that is. Let's see, exit full screen. There we go. Let's go into here real quick. Oh, yes, 180 inch. No, that's a 250.
Things first, my name's Kenneth Bergman.
That is the 250.
250-inch 16.9 advanced ambient rejection, extreme black.
I like how we can just jump from one section to the next. Here we go, outside. Elevating hanging screen for Dragon Ball Z. Most demonstrations on outdoor products outside on every level you can possibly think. We've done it already. This is where the jealousy comes in at, because again, they can't match our demonstrations. Here we go. Now the 250 inch outside. I like that one. That aquarium looks like it goes on because there's depth to it. Another outside demonstration. This was a Supreme 8. Ooh, I might do one with the big boy screens too. I got screens that range inside from 200 inches, screens 180, 150s, 160s. We're going to do a section grid on that. So we're going to do is we're going to drop in massive grids. This is on the Crystal Ridge site. We're going to drop in massive grids with tons of videos all in one category. Definitely going to do one with the ambient light rejection demonstrations on there too. Let's see what's going on with you. Let's run out faster than that. Let me see. Does she not want to play? That'll play. Let's get this one.
Okay, how we doing up
There we
there?
go.
First things first, just screen over the game. Then I'm gonna spray it. And when we use, like I said, I'm gonna convert this over to a 9. It's already a Supreme 8.
Now, if I want to put a challenge in, when I get done putting in, I'm going to put probably about 6 grids in. These grids are these giant, massive players. We have right now has a library of all our demonstrations. I'll put a challenge on that for every last one of those demonstrations to be completed in a year's time. Let's see if they can catch up. Once we get done dropping all the rest of the grids in. This one right here is strictly on outdoor demonstrations. We're going to do one strictly on ambient light projection demonstrations, all kinds of stuff. And then we'll just put challenges in where every last one of the demonstrations have to be matched. For everybody. Not just one for one person, everybody. It just shows you at the end of the day that when I said that our products are unmatched, they're unmatched. When our products are the best, and we have the best in outdoor technology, we are the best in outdoor technology. Here we go. This is a paint-on demonstration. I painted a screen outside.
How we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Luminous 4K screen paint using ambient light projection technology. Gain times. It's like outside.
How many demonstrations have you seen of someone actually painting a screen outside? That's an 8. So one side you're seeing, this is a gray screen paint product. We know who it is already. This is when we had his product here. That's his paint on this side. And this side over here is white. So this shows you that it can't pick up. There's our product right there.
Okay, so
that's an 8.
For the black thing has another color to it. We just gonna do a little partial area of the screen. Another thing.
Now, anything that roller hits comes to life. These are the demonstrations I will be doing in front of other people. Take a white screen, and watch it dry right in front of them, like I do on YouTube all the time. And most people, when they do these demonstrations with darker products, they'll stick to a lot of contrast because they know that's going to have an advantage point. We do everything. We do snow the whole 9 yards. There's my projector back there. And there's the image pulling up right there. Outside.
Coated over white and gray screen paint. Like I said, we're doing an outside demonstration.
That's how much picture quality you lose when you use gray and white screens outside. They don't pick up. And that's a 4,000 lumen projector, can't see it. There's our contrast levels. And then we put some color, some bright levels into it because we get people at the end of the day, they'll asteroid fields. Showing some of the contrast levels, some beautiful fish. And for those of you who want to see some much brighter levels, we get this all the time. We put some nice beautiful flowers in. See if the screen can see white levels. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Get this out of the way. That's the advantage point of black technology over gray and white screens. Some of you are getting that same image inside as we speak right now. You have a gray and white screen. That's literally what you are picking up. That's how you're losing so much color. It's not even funny. Oh, outside. Football game.
Okay,
5:06.
I'm outside.
Watching a football game off a piece of plexiglass.
At the bottom of the video in the description box. But just showing you exactly how amazing this technology is. And yes, there are those who want to compare themselves and say they are the same, but there's only one superior. This technology has an engineered game.
Now, gentlemen, I can easily say, where are your demonstrations for outside? One or two are not enough. You have to have a ton of demonstrations. I got about over 70 demonstrations in the reel, in the grid. We got over 1,000 picture to slideshow demonstrations. I don't have enough. Look at this. This is the one we're going to be doing next. This is for ambient light rejection technology. We're going to be displaying. This is why I explain why their environments are too dark. This is how well lit your environment is supposed to be. You see the condensed lighting making contact with the screen? That's how you do condensed lighting when you do a demonstration. Most when they do demonstrations with condensed lighting, the light is way up here. Doesn't even have nowhere near the. You see how the lighting is in contact with the times? This is what ambient light rejection technology really is. This is why when we take certified screens that don't do these particular demonstrations and we stick them in an environment where a screen is physically being hit with light, it washes out because it's not being used. It do that smoke and mirror nonsense, that fake ambient light environment. That's what happens when you don't do the real deal. The philosopher, the demonstration I saw in your theater room, your lights were way up in the ceiling and your screen was sitting under a cliff. It wasn't making any contact with that light. If you were really making contact with the ceiling light, it would have looked exactly like that. You would have had the wedges there and there. That's why I said, you guys don't know what y'all doing. Your environments are too dark. This is how it's done. at the end of the day that should know better that you don't do demonstrations like that. You're tricking your customers. You're fooling your customers to make them believe that they're actually getting ambient light technology when they're not getting ambient light rejection technology. Your lights are nowhere near the screen.
I mean, I appreciate the suggestions, but trust me.
That light, anytime you see any form of condensed lighting, ceiling lighting, it should be made, it should be hitting the screen, period, to show that that screen can absorb it. Now that's a black technology absorbing all that light and still being able to maintain a beautiful bright level, which we showed you in our demonstrations where we had our screen sitting in a window with lights attached to it, which nobody else was doing those demonstrations. This is why when we come back and we see demonstrations of people in really dark environments trying to do demonstrations saying these are our products, we find that to be a joke. Because if it is our product and our products are ambient light rejection technology, you should be in an environment that looks like this. And the fact that you're not in that environment shows that you don't have our products, because our products are designed to take in ambient light. That's what we specialize in. So that's how we know the demonstrations are fake, number one. The reason why they can't be in that environment because the screen would wash out. Their screen would wash out. That's what kind of environment you're supposed to be in. So you jokers doing those demonstrations and those with that fake condensed lighting, I hate those. Lights way up in the ceiling, way up here, and then they'll have the screen over here, dark in the corners, and go, look at the ceiling. It's ambient light. No, it isn't. It's not ambient light. I'm sorry. That's the most fakest demonstration I've ever seen. These are ambient light rejection demonstrations. This is how it's done. And this is old technology we don't even make anymore, because our new technology is much more advanced than this. But this is how you're supposed to have it.
It's just a shooting anywhere. I point this camera, that screen's going to show up.
The reason why I point this out, because people that are buying for the first time, and we explain to you, do not get fooled into fake demonstrations. If you're watching demonstration and there's a lot of light kicking up behind the screen, there's little glow lights around the screen, that's fake. That's a fake environment. They're mainly using a lot of ultra short throws because of the distance throws. They can try to maintain a sharper and brighter image. Those are fake demonstrations. If all those demonstrations are majority on ultra short throws, that's a huge major red flag. If you're watching anything involving condensed lighting in the environment and the overhead lighting, and if it's near the screen and they're claiming that basically the screen is absorbing the light, you have to see physically touch the screen in order for that to be considered an ambient light rejection demonstration. That's why I said a lot of the demonstrations we see are completely fake, and they're definitely fake. But if you're watching demonstrations and that environment is dark, you can't make out. The corners are dark, there's dark pockets. No, that's not how it's done. And we know people that are known for doing those demonstrations. This is how well-lit environment should be. You should be to see the corners all the way around. You should be to see the corners with no problem. Nice and sharp, nice and bright all the way around. It should be that bright in the environment. When you turn the projector off, you should get a shot of the projector being off, so that way you can see how much light is making contact with the screen. Now, if you notice, if you look up here, you'll see this glowing light. We actually had a bar light put in to actually push more light on top of the screen. That's how it's supposed to be done. See how well lit the environment is in the back?
There's no light dodging. We don't have lights peppered throughout the environment. You see it's nice and bright. You see all the corners, everything in mind.
Now, you look at that demonstration right there, and you compare it to the demonstrations you're watching right now. Everybody else is sitting in these dark environments, claiming to give you this picture quality that you think you're going to give. You're not getting that. You're not getting anywhere, coming anywhere close to it. Just want to bounce on this video real quick. This is going to be the next grid. We're going to be doing all demonstrations on ambient light. So you'll go in there and you'll see all these demonstrations on all our ambient light rejection demonstrations, from ceilings to everywhere. You'll see all those demonstrations inside. Let's get back to my grid. My giant grid. There we go. Oh, that's the Supreme 8 outside we did. As long as I didn't stream so far. Usually I'm always busy. It is right, 8:41. We're doing the spec with me outside on a piece of plexiglass.
I never did a demonstration on the back screen.
We get these all the time. Can you coat plexiglass?
5, 6, and 7, but So I had a few people asking me, requesting to show the screen off, but it looks. Just show you that the projector is sitting off the porch. I'm going to show you that it's not being detected by the porch whatsoever. There's the angle gain on it. Now it's supposed to get the screen 100 inches.
So you can find the giant massive outdoor grid is inside.
Screen right now, I got hooked up with my Optima projector right there. And I'm using the old technology under our ambient light projection technology gain times 4. And this is the technology that I'm using now. This is a Supreme 8.
So in this house, like I said, I walked through. Well, I actually had the one screen. The other house where I had the other place, I basically was able to walk through, down the stairs, hit one screen, walk down, hit another 150-inch screen, hit 180 to the ceiling, walk outside, hit 150-inch easily. No one's matching those. Oh, I forgot to put those in. I'll put those in later on. Well, I'll make this part of the ambient light demonstrations. Black invisible technology. Oh man, I forgot about the other stuff. We're gonna put the crazy stuff. This is crazy stuff we're working on. We actually had wallpaper screens. Oh, we might do wallpaper screens again. I've been thinking about that too. Since now I do have access to the post office a lot more easier, I might bring those back. 235.1s. We gotta put those in. This is another one I did. Oh, this might be the levitating screen. That's why when I explain to y'all, y'all environments are too dark, I'm not joking with them. When I tell you people, their environments are too dark. This is how much light you're literally supposed to have in an environment with a screen. This is on an Optima GT 5600 ultra short throw projector. That's how your ultra short throw is supposed to react. So those demonstrations that we see in these dark environments with these ultra short throw projectors aren't supposed to look that way. This is a projector that's supposed to be designed a TV set-top box to replace the TV. When you go home and you turn your TV on, do you turn out all the lights? Do you darken the curtains? Do you go through that crap? No, just turn the TV on and you watch TV. Well, that's what those projectors are designed to do. But it's not the same effect because in the demonstrations we see on these projectors are all in these dark. And you look the same way as you're using a long throw projector. It's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be less of a distance throw, which means you keep a majority of the picture quality and the brightness because the projector is sitting on top of the screen. But the problem is you'll never be able to see what you're supposed to see because they never tell you when you buy the projector that you need a certain screen to do this. You go out and buy a white screen thinking that projector has all the abilities and it's going to fix the problem. It's not going to fix the problem. You're going to be sitting in the dark with that expensive projector trying to figure out what's going on. And the entire time, you just have to spend a little bit more money for a screen. Without our technology, you'll be spending thousands of dollars because you'll have to go near gunmetal technology that can do this to a certain degree. It does have a capability to pick up in a certain degree, but it's at 3,000 to 5,000 technology. And that's one of the things people get fooled on the most is when they go out and they buy a projector. They think the projector is going to do all the work and fix all the problems, and it won't. What's going to fix the problem is you're going to have a screen equal to the projector. That's what's going to happen. That's why I don't like when projection screen companies do those promo demonstrations because they never tell the customer, hey, look, even though you're going to spend the money for this projector, you're going to have to spend some serious money for a screen in order to get this to work correctly. This is why we did the P2. We went searching for people who could do demonstrations that look like this. We didn't find any. Everybody was sitting in dark environments. There's the truth in the industry. So if you think, and I've done it myself, that your projector, because you spent all this money, is going to fix your problem, it will not. You need to have a screen to do it. Hear the coughing? Yeah. I don't worry about the wires. I'm going to do some wire management, so I'll have that all hidden so you can't see it. This is just for the time being because we're moving anyway. But this is just to show you how amazing and how. So when you have an ultra short throw setup, I get some customers all the time. They feel they have to be in a dark environment because they're used to seeing this. They're used to seeing a lot of demonstrations in the dark. Interesting, when they bought the projector wasn't in the dark when you bought it. It was in a fully lit environment. P2 has an amazing one with the P2 with fully lit environment, plenty of white light in there. It's beautiful. But the problem is I never see any customers doing the exact same promo. And the reason why they can't, because they don't have the screen that they were using in the promo demonstration. Now, if you got a $3,000, $5,000 projection screen, oh, of course, yeah, you can do it. You can definitely pick up with no problem. You're not going to pick up a 100% contrast level, and your colors are not going to pop the way they're supposed to pop. You're still going to have to calibrate at the end of the day, but you still are going to be able to pick up in a fully lit environment with no problem. But if you go near a white or gray screen, you're not doing this. And the reason why is because when we go online and we go to look for people who own these projectors, anyone who has a white or gray screen is sitting where? In a dark environment. Now you look at that environment very closely and you look at everybody else's right now that are using ultra short throws. And we've done this demonstration outside on a 140-inch screen. Oh, I forgot about that one. That is the one that's missing for the grid. The outside demonstration on the 140 inch. Oh, we got to go pick that up. We got to find that one and put that in. We did the 180 inch. Yeah, I just forgot. There's a video we did forget. The ultra short throw demonstrations outside. We got about 20 or 30 of those. So we got to load those onto the grid today. See, that's why how many demonstrations we've done. We really forgot demonstrations. I'm thinking about this projector we just did with the Ultimate GT55. But you're supposed to be in a well-lit environment. It's supposed to be like a TV. So when you come on, nothing's supposed to change in your environment. You shouldn't have anything to change in your environment. That's what, 36? I think that projector was 3,600 lumens sitting right up on top of the screen. And that projector was only designed to do 120 inches. My screen there is way over 120 inches. But that's how ultra short throws are supposed to react. But I get it from customers all the time. I got an ultra short throw. I'm in the dark. You know, I got to darken the curtains. You know what I mean? I got to put ambient light. Why are you doing it with an ultra short throw? Why are you in a dark environment that dark? It should be well lit. Now you see the difference between how well lit my place looks with an ultra short throw compared to a person who's using a $3,300 machine that's sitting in the dark with lights piped up behind the back of his screen to try to give off the illusion that it's well lit when that environment is dark. Yeah, there you go. Supposed to be in a well lit environment, people. I got to do this next. I'm gonna do this grid today. I need to drop some of these videos in here, but I need to go and get my where were we setting this up at? Over here. I need to get the Ultimate GT 5500. We're the only ones who have that one outside. Let me see. Come out of here real quick. Let's go bounce over. That's the grid right there. So there's our grid right here. This has all our videos right here. That's the massive giant grid we just put in. Tons of demonstrations out in the snow, in the rain, you name it, it's out there, it's done. Dual 150 inches, 180s, 150s, 235.1s, inflatable screens, portable screens, done. Down at the bottom, massive picture show. We even have a demonstration on here with a Casio laser projector, with a projector was mounted to the side of the house and the screen was laying flat to the ground to show off the screen's amazing ambient light rejection technology. That's why I said one of my picture shows could knock out everybody else's. I'm not bragging, people. It's truth. It's truth. There it is right there. It's proof. Can't sit there and say I'm bragging. It's right there. The work is done. It's there. So when I got people sitting there saying, oh, you're bragging, ain't bragging, it's there. It's done. That image right there that you're looking at right now looks better than most demonstrations on YouTube right now inside. And that's outside on a 720p, $270 projector. Tell me if I'm wrong here when I say that. That image outside at 150 inches looks better than demonstrations I've seen on YouTube on people with high-end projectors inside. And we're outside with more light. And that's a 720p projector. That's what our technology does to 720ps. So at the end of the day, the customer does not have to go out and spend all this money for an expensive projector to make up what they're going to lose. You'll be able to use it outside with no problem, and you'll still be able to keep your colors and your contrast and your white levels. This is how technology is supposed to work. People are so used to seeing those fake demonstrations in the dark and this, that, and the other, and you think that's the normal. That's not the normal. That's the past. This is the future of technology. The black level pulls up. Where's my whatchamacallit on there? My Optima GT, which I'm calling it, a laser projector. I might give me another one of those. See our customer demonstration? Our customers don't sit in the dark. Oh, heck no. All right, I got to get out of here. I'm way past my time here. I'm having fun with this. I got to go build me another grid for ambient light rejection. So we're going to put another section on the crystal edge. Just scroll down, you'll be see all the demonstrations. If you want the black technology, it's not on the crystal edge. You have to go over to Black Series to get it. We'll be showing off pretty soon our new business cards, which I'm happy about. We got plastic business cards. They're freaking sick. I can't wait. And some of the crazy merch we're going to be developing and designing for our storefronts. All right. Okay. With that being said, I got to get on here. I got to make calls, got things to take care of, things to do, and I got to get to the post office and drop off packages. If you are placing orders, I do have already ones that are already set up on the side, so that way we can get them out faster, which is a lot easier for me. And that way we can give you a tracking number same day and get your item out the same day, so you'll be good to go. All right. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.